I'm going to go ahead and call this meeting to order. It is Wednesday, September 17th, 5:32 p.m. We're at City Commission Hall. I will ask for an invocation by Mr. Barrera and the Pledge of Allegiance by Ms. Davila.
Dear Lord, first of all, we're going to ask for forgiveness for the sins we have made. We also want to ask you to help us bring the best decisions that we can have for this community. And we definitely want to ask you for those that are suffering, for those that are having trouble with their life, please help them. We know that you can do it because you're the Almighty, and anything can be done through you, sir. So, in the name of Jesus.
Amen.
Amen.
To the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, with liberty and justice for all. Honor the Texas flag. I pledge allegiance to thee, Texas, one state, under God, one and indivisible.
All right, we'll call roll. Dalinda Guillen, present. Linda Davila, present. Mario Mendez.
Present.
Ediel Barrera.
Present.
Jose Garza. Absent. David Reyna.
Present.
We have a quorum. Item number 3 on the agenda is the conflict of interest disclosure. Does anyone have anything to recuse or themselves from any item on this agenda? Now's the time to do it. None noted. Okay. Item number 4 on the agenda is public forum. Do we have anyone signed up to speak before the EDC? No? Very well. Item number 5 is approval of minutes from the previous meeting and from the EDC budget workshop 2025. I'll give you a moment to look those over. And I'll entertain a motion separately for those meeting minutes. Do I have a motion to approve the meeting minutes for August 25th, 2025?
I move to approve item 5.
We have a motion. Do we have a second?
I'll second.
We have a second. All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Those against? Motion carries. Do I have a motion for the minutes for our annual workshop held July 26, 2025?
I move to approve the minutes.
We have a motion. Do we have a second?
I'll second.
We have a second. All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Ayes have it. Motion carries. Item number 6 is the financial report. For the 2024-2025 fiscal year that began on October 1st, 2024 and continues through September 30th, 2025. The budget was based on planning estimates, existing contracts, and projected expenditures, and was approved by the EDC Board of Directors on August 13th, 2024. August is the 11th month, and it represents 91.67% of the fiscal year. EDC staff continues to work through all the projects in the work plan while maintaining expenditures at a reasonable level throughout the year. If you have any questions, we have Leo here. We'll point out that there are sales tax. Hold on, I lost the page. Page 19. Is it? Yes, page 19, we have an increase, or we're still up 4.65% year-to-date for this fiscal year. Anything else you would like to add to that?
So I'm looking for the page. So what's our current balance for this budget year?
The current balance for the budget,
I mean, for this fiscal year?
I don't have those papers in front of me, but I do know that so far it's carrying over 428,000 to the next year's, to the fund balance.
Okay.
428,000?
Yes. I believe that was the amount, right, Melinda?
Yes, 428,891
Yes.
is what will be.
That's as of today.
As of
So we
today,
still got
so-
2 more weeks pending. I don't know that I know
Is
of.
there
There's nothing
any-
big pending that's coming
Are
up.
there any outstanding balances that need a?
There are some outstanding POs, but it doesn't amount to much as of now. And then we're closing the POs. This Friday is the last day to make POs for this fiscal year, so I would assume that that would be the amount that's gonna carry over to the fund balance to the next year.
428,000.
Yes.
Has there been any communication with the IHOP owner in reference to the agreement?
No,
And
we
sales
haven't
tax
reached,
number?
we haven't reached out to them on our end. You did? Okay.
Okay, so
I
that's
guess,
something
yeah,
that's going to come in.
he doesn't want to do it on a monthly basis.
So we do have some outstanding balances, but do we have a rough estimate as far as how much is still outstanding?
As far as what, I'm sorry?
Outstanding balances?
I don't have an, just on POs. There's anything big, right, Treva, that you submitted? I know yeah, but those should already be there. It was $83,000 in checks that came out this morning. That was basically it. As far as anything coming after that, all those should already be in that report.
So the 428 accounts for that 83,000
Yeah.
this morning? That
Yes.
was cut out this morning?
Yes.
Okay.
Sales taxes did increase this month. I don't know if you noticed there on the report. They went up by 11% compared to last year. So we ended up the year with a 4.5 increase. Still a little bit under what we had budgeted, 5%. But I think the final amount was 112,000 above from last year, I think. So,
Yeah, we applied the 5% for this.
for this upcoming fiscal,
budget year,
yes. For
correct?
this upcoming, last year we did the same. So this year we ended up with 4.5%.
Got it. Are there any other questions or comments, observations?
And even with the 4.5, we ended up returning money.
Yes.
Is there any particular project, because on the Economic Development Fund where most of our projects are applied, is there something there that didn't get done? That
This
accounts for
past?
that large amount?
I don't have this current year's work plan in front of me.
Yeah, we
I
have,
want to say the job creation, there was a budget amendment for the job creation with the Workforce Solutions, but that was not, that won't be out till this coming fiscal year.
so, yeah, there's like roughly, and I'm sure that there's been some payments made from here, but roughly $286,000 that has gone unspent under economic development. I'm just wondering what
And then there
what
was
might
the,
that be, that hasn't been,
yeah,
okay. Okay. Got it. That explains it. Very well. Any other comments?
Nope.
Any other questions? No? Okay, there being none, this is just for information, so go ahead and move on to item number 7, which is your your presentations. We've got some presentations today.
yes, we have some Boost Grant recipients with us today. We're going to go down the list. We have from E3 Towing, Ms. Raquel Barrera.
She has, Mr. Barrera has me.
Okay.
And Mrs. Barrera has an elderly parent who cannot see.
Oh, okay, so they won't be able to, okay, okay.
We do have Nails by Tina.
Yes, so Nails by Tina, Ms. Cristina Guerra. Would you like to say some words or? Yeah.
You're welcome to.
You're more than welcome to. You don't
have to.
Hi, everybody.
Hello.
Well, first of all, thank you for this amazing thing you guys did for our community and helping a small business and somebody that is coming from nothing. I literally started with a nail desk. Now I have a bigger business. I have 5 employees and it's going up, and this is a big help. So thank you very much for all the help and everything that you have guys done for us.
Okay.
Please spread the word. Please, EDC is here to help businesses, to maintain businesses, and to bring new businesses. So whoever you know that started just like you said, started small with a dream, and now you have accomplished it and you are doing well. I know where your location is. And so spread the word. Tell them that, hey, they're there to help. And it doesn't take that time. How long did it take you to fill out the form?
It took me a while, but because I didn't have some of the stuff, because I don't have inspection and stuff like that, I needed to get them. But it was
Would you say that it was easy, more or less, or hard? It was easy? Okay, that's what we want to show the community, that our applications are easy, and Ms. Melinda will be very happy to help anybody and help you with the application as well, and telling you what exactly you need to make it easy on everybody. And so we have right now this new program going on that has been very successful, but we want to make it bigger. We want to give out more, and we want to help bigger businesses as well, and we want to incentivize those who want to work with us as well, like investors and developers. So I'm happy for your business, and I hope you can spread the word. And if you have 5, 10 friends that are in your similar situation, bring them over. We'll help them. Oh, that's great. That is great. So thank you.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
Let's go ahead and take a photo. presentation that we have?
Yes.
All right, then, moving right along to item number 8. Going to go ahead and now call this public hearing to consider the Rio Grande City 4B EDC fiscal year 2025-2026 work plan that includes proposed projects in the following categories: infrastructure, tourism development, economic development, community promotions and marketing, job creation, and Main Street enhancement. The time right now is 5:47 p.m. And the purpose of this hearing is to assure that the public has the opportunity to be informed concerning the transactions of the CDC for public business. There is an email that was circulated to the board. Normally, your EDCs must hold a public, at least one public hearing before spending money on a project. And because the city has a population of under 20,000, we are exempt from this rule if the project fits certain categories, such as job creation, job training, infrastructure, military base support, and transportation or utility facilities. If this project does not fall under those categories, then we must hold a public hearing. I know that this was publicized. A copy of this work plan was made available for inspection at the EDC office during business hours. The work plan is attached to or it's included in your packet. We do, from what I noticed, have 2 projects in there that are relatively new, and that includes under tourism development, a pool project, under promotions and marketing, a digital sign, and under Main Street enhancement, the beautification project that are part of today's hearing. Do we have any members of the public here to comment or question the work plan, or any staff that would like to add to comments on the record for the hearing?
You just take the amount of time that the hearing is going to be open for.
Well, I will open it up for, I don't know.
3 minutes.
3 minutes, if anyone would like to add anything regarding this work plan. Do we have any written comments that have been submitted?
No.
Any calls?
No, ma'am.
Do we have to wait 3 minutes? Okay.
Because he said 3 minutes.
I should have said 1.
You can talk about some of the projects.
Yeah, I guess for the purpose of the new projects, we have a project on the work plan where we're looking to improve the quality of life in tourism that would include a pool upgrade at the Chachalaca Park. The digital sign is one that is being donated from Payne Motors. It's a former sign that they had. This sign has been, I understand, donated to the city. It needs some repairs and some electrical hookups, but once, completed, I'm sure that would be a great promotional tool for us. And then the Main Street beautification, obviously, we have projects that the Main Street program would like to undertake to enhance the visual appeal of our downtown. That includes various improvements, public art, street furniture. This effort obviously is done to support local business in our downtown, foster community pride, and create a more inviting environment for residents and visitors.
It's already been 4 minutes.
It's already 4 minutes?
Are we good? Okay, being no further comments, I will go ahead and close this public hearing. The time is currently 5:51 PM. Item number 9, discussion and possible action to consider the purchase of a scoreboard for Basilio Villarreal Municipal Park improvements through the Rio Grande City EDC.
We have Marco Trevino, our Parks and Rec Director. He's here to tell us more about.
Good afternoon. I come to you, part of our job is to improve and revamp the parks, and I believe a scoreboard at the parks would just make a better atmosphere for our youth. As you know, we've had a baseball, which has been a huge success that the city has taken over this past year with over 44 teams in one season. This coming season is 38 teams. So I'm here to probably for you to consider a scoreboard for Basilio Park. It has just enhanced the quality of play for our youth.
So Marco, can you explain just a little bit to the rest of the board? Because as part of the city commission, of course, I know the difference and everything that you have brought to these new Parks and Recs department. Can you just tell us a little bit of how much you have improved your department, your staff have improved the Parks and Recs? Just a summary. Don't go all in, because we're gonna be here forever.
Yeah. So.
I'm giving you a compliment.
Thank you.
Not as a forever because you talk a lot. No, a compliment because you have done a lot and I've seen it firsthand. So, just can you tell us about the fields, the way we had them, the amount of staff before, and now what you have done with the new Rio Grande City Municipal Park and the lighting and all that. Just a brief explanation so they can know the difference the Parks and Recs department can bring into the community. I'm amazed by the transformation that department now has. So, please.
So I've been in position as a director under a year. We've grown our department. We have 9 crewmen and 2 lead coordinators, which I hired one that has been 6 months in place. She is phenomenal. She does anywhere from PowerPoints, Excel sheets, any flyers that the city may need, or we've helped Ms. Rubio with any flyers. But when it comes to the department, we've grown the department tremendously. Like I said, we adapted the baseball program, which was never ran by the Rio Grande City. In the last year, we've brought in almost 800 registrations just in baseball at $40 each. That's about $32,000 that the Parks and Rec has put in the general fund, and that's just baseball. For basketball, we've opened it up to our junior high and high school divisions. We've had teams from Roma, Zapata, La Grulla come and join our programs because they see that the program is growing, the department is growing, and it's beneficial because these are going to be the future athletes of Roma, Rio, La Grulla. So they see a benefit for their kids or for their athletes to come in and join our department. And my goal and our goal is to revamp the program, make it bigger, better. One of the things that we're introducing soon is an adaptive sport, which we announced today, to include the physical challenge individuals, because they also deserve to use a park as their own because they have that right. So, I mean, we're growing, it's nonstop. Not that I'm complaining, but the hours are long, but we see the success that we're doing with Parks and Rec. You come to the baseball fields, in the last 6, before I got there or when I got there, we had to replace about 80 to 100 sprinkler heads because the park was kind of neglected for a while. Fort Ringo Park, if you go on Wednesdays, we're using the park now. Fort Ringo Park is open. We use Wednesday nights for our men's softball league, which is a total of 9 teams. For Wednesday, we're using both parks, Basilio and Fort Ringo. Tuesdays, we have co-ed being played in Fort Ringo. And right now, one of the projects that we're doing at Fort Ringo is revamping the light. So by the end of this week, all the baseball fields at Fort Ringo should be at 100% lit. So the department is growing, the fields are getting better, but yeah, I mean, it's a lot of work that we've done, and we're going to continue to do it.
Thank you.
Thank you. Are you using all fields now?
For practice, they're using all fields at at Fort Ringo. For gameplay, we're using one, because that's the one that's been lit, that one that lights up 100%. The other two were not even at a 25%. So we've replaced over, I want to say 60 light bulbs and about over 25 ballasts. So it's a big project that we're completing by the end of this week.
Okay, sir, one last question. So when you said that now you're in control of that league, raising $32,000, so the city was not making that money before, it was given to somebody else?
Correct. There was a group of individuals that would run the Pony League, that they would rent the park out for 3 months out of the year, and for, I believe, $1,200 or $1,500 a month. And that would be the only thing the city would receive.
Okay. And other cities do that, or
No.
this was real?
99% of Pony League charters are ran by the city, so all that funds would go
So we're in
to,
that good track right now?
absolutely.
Oh, thank you.
The concession stand is run by the city also?
Correct. The concession stand is now, I mean, that entity that used to run the concession stand as well. Just in this last Pony League, our expense was $5,000 in supplies but the income was at $10,000, so we made a $6,000 profit just in the concession stand alone.
Have fees changed in the Pony League?
I'm sorry?
The fees for participating in Pony League as a player, have
No.
those changed?
No,
Those remain to be affordable even
Correct.
with the change to the city?
correct.
All right.
Thank you, Mr. Trujillo.
This request that you have before us, it's for the scoreboard at Basilio Villarreal Park, correct?
Correct. It's going to be, if approved, it will be placed in the middle field, in the softball field.
Okay. You're proposing this quote by Daktronics. Were there other quotes considered?
Yes, they
If
were.
so, who were, and what was the difference?
Yes, they were. The other ones, the gentleman that reached out gave us some, I guess, some discounts on it. The other ones that I received or looked at were about $2,000 to $3,000 above what this one was.
So this was the best
Correct.
offer that you received
Out of one more, because the other one has not reached out to me.
so you had two quotes for
Correct.
this request, and this was the best of the two quotes that you got. And that amount is,
On page 31,
14,389.
but does that include the taxes, or was that
That includes our, yeah, so
everything?
we don't pay taxes.
no, it should
No.
be removed.
That's why,
Right. And does that show that doesn't?
96.
1,096 in taxes. Right.
yeah.
They deducted.
So it'd be 13,200.
All right.
Taxes show 1,095.
1,096, right?
Yes,
95?
yes.
And so this price includes the installation of the,
No, that it
That's a
just
separate
includes, yes, that,
And do you have the cost already?
no, I would have to, when we receive the scoreboards and everything, I would have to get with the electrician to see what they would need to run those scoreboards.
So there's still electrical costs
Correct.
that are
And-
involved,
Electrical costs and labor.
and labor, and that's,
So the labor is done through your in-house, through the?
No, they wouldn't be,
Subcontractor?
electrician.
Mr. Trevino, how many of these scoreboards you're gonna need eventually?
I would love to have 3, because there's 3 fields, but I know the bigger field, which is almost 400 feet, if we put it in the outfield, the people in the stands wouldn't be able to see it, so ideally 2 for the smaller fields.
Please make sure you bring it up with Mr. Milan to the next city meeting as well,
Okay,
so that way the city can consider the extra one.
okay.
In case we vote for this one, we can go to the city, maybe we'll get another one.
Thank you.
thank you.
any other questions? So So this is an action item. The recommendation from staff is that we approve the purchase of this scoreboard in the amount specified minus your sales taxes, and that, with the side note that there's still additional expenses that will be necessary to see this project through. But based on the amount, and given the report earlier in finance, I think that's something that can be covered this fiscal year. Leonel, is there still a chance to cover that with our monies
Yes.
from this fiscal year?
Yes, definitely from this year, as long as we can definitely make the PO before the end of the year and cover it with this year's funds.
Is there a motion?
I'll make a motion to purchase of the scoreboard for the Basilio Garrea Municipal Park.
One second.
We have a motion and a second. Any further discussion? All those in favor signify by saying aye.
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 Those against, motion carries. There you go. Item 10, discussion and possible action to update requirements to increase the threshold for the Small Business Boost Grant.
The current eligibility requirements for the Small Business Boost Grant includes a maximum gross annual income of $100,000. Upon review of applications received to date, the average annual gross income reported by applicants was $26,078 over the established threshold. So we're recommending that we increase the gross annual revenue threshold from $100,000 to $150,000 or to another amount as recommended by the Board of Directors. This adjustment would allow the program to better serve small businesses in the community and reflect applicant trends. So in the packet on page 44, we do have some information regarding the total number of applicants, those that have picked up applications and those that have turned in. And from that, we determined that the 5 applicants were denied the grant because they exceeded the threshold limit. And then those, based on that, the highest amount was 36,000 over the 100,000, and the lowest was 14,500 over. So we're recommending that we raise it, so that way we can.
Yes, one of the concerns that we had brought up before, we're basing these on annual sales or net profits, right?
Annual sales.
Annual sales. So that's, for me, I think we made a mistake. It should have been like $100,000 net, right?
Yeah, I think it should be, I think by going with annual sales, I think it's excluding a lot of the probably retail businesses, because they might have a larger amount yet smaller profits. So I think we could maybe tweak the wording and say gross profit of X
So
instead
then,
of annual sales.
so then the change would be to net sales?
Gross profit.
Net profit.
Gross profit? And then the amount would be the same, or?
I think we can move it up.
Yeah.
You have recommended a little bit more, right? Like 200, 250, 150?
For the,
We're still talking about the one for 2,500.
okay,
We're gonna go to the next one, I think, later.
the second category
Yes.
of,
Yes, on this one, like in this case, like the one that went over 36,000, like for me, that would have been like you know what? Let me bring it up, apply. I'll bring it up to the next board meeting. We'll more than likely you say, you know what? Yeah, let's do it. So let's have a bigger picture now. Let's have a more.
I think by changing the wording from gross revenues to gross profit, I think it's going to open it up to more people. I think maybe we can start off with 150 if you're okay with it, or
I think
a little bit
150.
more.
I mean, it seems like the 5 that didn't qualify fall under the 150, right?
Yeah, the four.
Yeah.
The 5 or 4 or 5. They didn't qualify, out of 15, right?
Yes.
So what about the other 37 that?
The other 37, I don't have an accurate count because when they would come to pick up the application, we would explain what it was, what the requirements were. they were kind of like, oh, well, I don't qualify, and they would just leave. So we didn't always get a chance to capture exactly what their,
If you don't mind, Ms. Gomez, from here on, whenever they don't qualify, if you can get an exact answer, that way we know, oh, they're not qualifying because of these
Yeah.
reasons.
Okay.
And
you
maybe
tell
we
us
can
why?
tweak it in 3, 5, 6
Yeah.
months.
I get the feedback.
Yes.
The ones that are not submitting the applications back, like why aren't they submitting them back? I mean, if it's a grant money, is there something in there that they, I mean, I'm just curious. you
Yeah.
know? And if we get that feedback, it will help us make better decisions or make adjustments.
On the
as we-
application.
Yeah, on the application.
Yeah, maybe we can remove something from the application. It doesn't have to be
Right.
like very strict. Hey, if all of them are not qualifying because whatever, like they don't, I'm just giving an example, like they pay rent instead of having a mortgage, or they just went over by $6,000. Like those little things can be flexible.
Well, and then it might fall into a pattern.
Yes.
If we're able to pick up that pattern, that'll help us make those
Yeah.
revisions, right? So,
I think it's important to follow up with them. If they
Yes.
collect an application, we should document their, their business and their contact information. And if they don't submit, we should follow up with them by calling them and asking them, if they have a reason why they have not. You have done that, Riva.
Yeah.
I do have some feedback. A few of them were because they didn't have an actual business location. They were doing it at their house, or they were doing it just by phone calls. And those were quite a few. We had a few that were like tree trimming services, that they didn't qualify because they didn't have an office for somebody to go into. And that's one of the requirements that we do have. Some of the other ones was that they weren't open for 9 months. But we keep that so we can see, hey, have they been open, have they been stable? So that's, because we don't want to get into a place that's getting.
What's the requirement right now? 9 months?
9 months.
so they were under, some of them were under 9 months?
Yes.
Okay. Well, I mean, it's just that this is a new program, so we're trying to tweak it, and all this info is gonna allow us.
Mario,
Yeah.
on, like, if they don't have a location, if they don't have a facility, does it affect too much on the sales tax they pay or they don't pay? How does that work?
I mean, if they're registered with the state for sales tax purposes, even if it's out of their house, they'll still pay sales tax to the state and to the city.
Because when
As
they
long as they're
file,
in city limits.
okay. Now, maybe we can remove that from the application.
Remove what from the application?
The physical location?
Yeah, physical location.
But are they still required to have a reportable sales tax activity?
They're supposed to, even if they have a home business.
That could be something more flexible, and maybe we could have gotten those. The purpose here is to help and to give back to businesses. So whatever we can do to make it happen, let's.
I think raising it another 50K is gonna open up the pool of people that.
Plus, now
qualify.
changing the wording. Now it's not on sales, now it's on gross profit. That's a huge increment.
Yeah.
And
So
not
we're gonna
having.
have gross revenue? Gross
Lo que
revenue.
venden.
Gross, annual gross revenue.
Yeah, you have your cost of goods sold. But for a lot of these people, I think
Annual
that's
gross
why we have,
profit.
for the most part, service providers rather than retailers.
Yeah.
Yes.
Because a lot of retailers were left out because possibly they sell more than
They sell a lot,
100,000,
yeah.
right? Yet the profit might be less than 100,000.
You could have a builder sells 4 houses in a year, $300,000 homes, that's a $1.2 million in sales. It's tough to get 100,000 on those 4 houses.
I think we should consider this change and see what kind of a difference that
Yes.
makes
Yeah.
with the threshold that you,
Okay.
Start off with that first.
Yes,
Yeah.
let's start with that.
and
The
monitor
physical
it
location.
over several months and see what kind of feedback we get, but let's be sure to follow up with any business
Yeah.
that
Yeah.
collects an application and doesn't come through to deliver it.
Would it be possible to, the entire package, so I want to see it, and maybe we can tweak it just a little bit as far as some of the additional requirements?
Yes, and for now, just change the wording from revenue to gross profit
profit.
and move it
And
up
then
to
the
150.
150.
And the location is not a requirement anymore.
As long as, I guess, they're home-based
So
within
it's a
city limits.
home-based business?
Within city limits.
Within city limits
Yes.
with reportable
Sales
sales
tax,
tax that remains. So being that this is an action item, I will go ahead and entertain a motion to increase the threshold for the Small Business Boost Grant to $150,000 with the noted changes discussed. Do we have a motion?
I move to approve as you just presented.
Do we have a
I'll
second?
I'll
We have a second. Any further discussion? All those in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Those against? Ayes have it. Motion carries. Item number 11, review and consider possible action to approve amendments to our bylaws. Thank you.
Aye, thank you, ladies.
Thank you.
I submitted a draft of the bylaw amendment to the director and to Ms. Talinda. I'm not sure if all of the members received a copy, but I did have some questions by Ms. Guillen, and I didn't send you the answers, but I have them so that we can discuss. So the appointment timing is being proposed to move to October to align with a new fiscal year, and also to just condense the appointment time and the also the officers. So we would coordinate with the city secretary to calendar the appointment items on an early October agenda. The attendance tracking, I think it's a great idea to put attendance status maybe in a cover memo on each agenda, just to be able to track that of each member. And if anybody is approaching the threshold, to note it to the president or the director so that, you know, that person can be advised before resignation is triggered. The officer elections will also be held in October, as I previously explained. If the October meeting is for whatever reason delayed, then the organizational meeting at the earliest regular meeting after city appointments are finalized would happen. The budget items, we can add an amount threshold. Items specifically identified with sufficient detail would be for the city to approve, and of course then the EDC budget would then be deemed authorized. So a practical workflow for this would be budget, board approval, staff prepares an agenda item, city approval, and then EDC proceeds. Right, Gunnar? Okay. So incentive approvals, we can set a threshold. For any incentives that meet or exceed the approval threshold in the bylaws, we have long-term strategic implications. We could place that item again on the city agenda for formal approval by resolution. So resolutions are really the tool that the EDC would use on the city side to approve that expenditure. And the EDC would negotiate term sheets and drafts the performance agreements with benchmarks, reporting, and clawbacks, which we have been doing with agreements. The EDC board approves subject to city approval. City considers and approves by resolution, and then the EDC executes and administrates the agreement after city approval. Practical guidance here regarding contracts: if the board is delegated a limit clearly within the city approved budget, then we would again seek that resolution procedure to have the city approve, and then we come back and are authorized to make those expenditures. Kind of condense that to not make it so long and boring.
Yeah. So what I took away is all appointments, reappointments, election of officers is set to the city's fiscal year, which now becomes our year, right, fiscal year, which begins in October.
Yes, ma'am.
Right? And then you've got term limits on this, or terms, defined terms, staggered 2-year fiscal terms for directors. No more than 3 consecutive 2-year terms. And after a 1-year fiscal year break in service, a director may again be eligible for reappointment. That's pretty common on governing boards. from what I gather.
Yes, Madam President, I believe that the tone is to have a revolving leadership scale where people will serve and then revolve out and then are able to come back after a break.
I see that training and education has also been enhanced to make sure that each director has the training within the 90 days of appointment. And we do have a training coming up here next week that should satisfy that requirement. You've got the president taking a specific course within the 6 months of appointment. Your election of officers is to be elected annually at the first board meeting of the fiscal year, which would be in October. Each officer shall serve a 1 fiscal year term. And then I also saw that we have that is also the time, October is a big month because it's also the time that we are set to approve our annual work plan. Is that correct?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, so we would be looking at October to set the work plan, although our budgets are really created prior to the October 1st timeline. So are we setting in October the work plan for 2026, 2027? Just wanted to.
Yeah, I think that the work plan's going to city or it already did. It's going to be approved today.
They get approved by the board first and then they go into the budget.
Yes.
We usually do it over the summer, right before our city goes into the schedule of their budget cycle, getting the budget approved, right? So that it becomes effective October 1st.
I don't think that that's changing.
No, but I guess the way you worded it, the way I understand it is saying that
The board shall
work plan
adopt
will
the
be
work
approved
plan
in
at
October?
the organizational meeting, which would be in October.
Okay, I can edit that to have it before the organizational meeting.
If that's your recommendation. I think what needs to happen, more importantly, is that our budget is devised and done in time to meet the city's budget timeline. And the work plan is used as a tool to identify our budgetary needs.
So I propose setting a September 1st deadline for approval of the work plan, and I can include that in the bylaws.
Does that make sense to everybody?
Because that's
Who's in
after the
city
summer
side?
the workshop, and then,
yeah, we normally approve the budget in September. So as long as you have it before September 1st, then you go to the budget.
So that way, if they want to work on it sooner, they can.
okay. Are y'all in agreement with no later than?
Yes. Yes.
Okay.
I also took away that items not included in our approved budget must be separately approved by the city prior to the expenditure. And then under deposits, that the board designates depositories, accounts, authorized signatories, withdrawals, and shall adopt and annually review investment and depository policies. So that's something that we need to work on. Just as a
Depository,
Yeah, shall adopt and annually review investment and depository policies. We do not have that. But that's a strong control to have. And then your incentives, prior to approving anything, that the board shall make findings that the expenditure serves a public purpose and complies with the eligibility criteria and policy. We've got to determine the threshold for incentives. Or those involving real property conveyances that require city approval prior to execution. Maintaining a reserve, which we've discussed in the past. The recommendation is at least 3 months of operating expenditures.
We did look at different cities for that, and City of Buda, other similar sized cities do have the 3 months of operating expenses, so that,
That's fine. I mean, I think that's what the city also, right? Has. And then amendments may be, or these bylaws may be altered, amended, or repealed, or new bylaws adopted by affirmative vote of the majority of the board at any meeting, regular meeting or special meeting, provided that there's notice. No amendment shall be effective unless and until approved by the city commission. So these still have to get approved by the city commission, right?
yes, ma'am.
And then upon the effective date of these bylaws, director terms shall be realigned to the fiscal year without shortening any current term unless otherwise directed by the commission. I'm in agreement with your
So
proposed
my
changes.
recommendation is to approve subject to recommended edits, and then I'll submit them back to you and the director, and once you give me the green light, I'll take it over to the city.
Does anybody have any questions or
agree on
comments?
No, I'm good.
All right. Thank you very much for working on these. I know that it took a lot of time and there was a lot of thought into formulating a good set of bylaws for the EDC. So with that being said, I'll
Thank you.
entertain a motion to approve with the recommended edits.
Nice.
We
I'll
have,
make a motion
that's David.
to approve the, or recommended edits.
I second.
All right. We have a motion, a second. Any further discussion? All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Those against? Motion carries. Item number 12 is discussion and possible action to approve and authorize finance to open a dedicated bank account for the Bessie 3 Trolley Tour Peak.com services.
Yes, we've discussed before in the July meeting, Bessie Trolley Tour will be utilizing Peak.com, an online reservation and ticketing platform to manage bookings and payments. To ensure proper tracking of revenues and expenses, the staff recommends opening a dedicated bank account for Peak.com, for the Peak.com subscription. And this account will streamline the financial management, enhance transparency, and simplify reconciliation related to Bessie Trolley Tour. So in your packet, I believe in the July meeting, it was requested a breakdown. Mr. Cadu was able to give us some from the past 3 fiscal years currently, and then 2023 and 2022. So the revenues for, as of July, the revenues were $3,432, with $1,600 for our tour guide, and then repairs, we did have repairs concerning the hydraulic lift for the back of the trolley, for, what do you call it, wheelchair accessible. So the expenses exceeded our revenues. And then the same thing from the previous year, we had revenues from 3,360. Expenses, I want to say last year we did have the air condition that we had to fix. I know we had discussed at that meeting possibly raising the price of the ticket. So I have Leonel there, and we had approved the opening of a Stripe account, but in order to do that, we need the bank account. So this is more of a formality to link the Stripe account for the Peak.com services, so that way we can start doing online scheduling for Bessie.
Yeah, that's correct. Like, the recommendation is to open a separate bank account for security reasons. We don't want to commingle the revenue's going to go in there, are not going to be that much, and we don't want to risk all the funds of the EDC, so we want to open a separate account, so it's basically for security reasons. And as far as the trolley, like Melinda mentioned, I mean, it has been operating at a loss for the last 2 years. Actually, for the last 2 years, it's been incurring a lot of repairs on it, so every little thing that breaks down on the trolley really costs a lot of money, so maybe consideration of increasing those fees to at least break even or reduce those losses, because the losses as of this year, as of July 21st, as of July 31st, we're close to 2,500.
The repairs were only one-time repair, right, for this year?
I want to say,
I guess for the,
I want to say that the one for this year, it's been 3. I saw 3 there. I think it was, I'm not sure, it was the AC, something with handicap ramp, and I'm not sure what the other one was.
The biggest expense was the hydraulic lift.
yeah.
That one really, that one was.
I'm not sure how
wow,
much that was,
big
but it
old-
was close to
What is
2,000.
the
the-
current fee?
$10.
$10. And you're proposing to raise it up to what?
And it's free for students and veterans, and,
I mean, if you notice, half of those fees are going to the guide alone,
Yeah.
so.
I just,
What's your recommendation? Or, Lionel? as
I
far as
mean,
the fees?
it all depends. I mean, I guess this is bringing in more tourism, so the sales taxes do help. We don't see that on this end, but we hopefully see that on the sales end side. But, I mean, as long as we can reduce those losses, I guess it would be better.
my understanding is that this was never really intended to be a moneymaker, but more than, more so an attraction to draw, people into the
Right.
community to come and visit. Indirectly spend at our restaurants as they have lunch or dinner, shop in our, stores. But as I look at this year's activity, obviously there's, some repairs there that, for whatever reason had to be made. I think it's important that we take care of our vehicles, that we're maintaining, that there's proper maintenance on a regular basis and that we're taking care of it, because something like that is more expensive to repair than just your regular vehicle, I suppose. But as far as raising the cost per ticket, I think that with everything else going up, you could justify and say that, everything else is going up in price, why not this? But I think it may curtail some visits,
Look,
just because
Think so?
it's,
This is my opinion on these. I see that trolley as another vehicle from the water department, as another vehicle in our public works. We have to use them. They don't
Yeah.
make money. The public works doesn't make any money. The sales tax and the quality of life that we can provide, and that's one of the ways we can bring and attract some tourists. So for me, it's not a deal. It's not a big
So
deal.
indirectly, we're still not coming out negative in
Yeah.
the deficit, right? Because
Yeah.
like you said, you're
They
picking
spend
it
it
up on
somewhere
taxes
else.
and.
Yeah.
and it's
And,
encouraged
yeah.
that the visitors go and have lunch, in town when they're
Yeah,
there.
definitely.
That they visit our stores, that they,
What would you recommend to do to increase the total revenue, other than raising the prices? Is there anything that,
I guess for the way I see it is, I don't know if there's a minimum amount of
The
people that need
price-
to be attending every time they use the trolley.
maybe
The-
promote it more and attract more people? I mean, that's,
The-
if you attract more volume, I mean, the revenue's gonna go up without having
Yeah.
to raise the fee.
It's
The
not
fee-
gonna grow by itself.
No, but the fee that we are recommending is to capture what, the processing fee for the scheduling,
so
online
now
scheduling.
we might even lose further because you're gonna have a fee assessed, right? Or is
There'll be a
that-
fee that's gonna be, it's based on,
Are we covering that fee or is the consumer?
the consumer. I'm suggesting that the consumer cover the fee. It's $1 and
That's already
something.
raising the price.
So.
Again, it's
yeah,
like
anything
providing
above
another
$12.
service.
But I
We don't
think,
make money on police officer cars.
but I think increasing the traffic solves the problem.
Yeah.
without having to, yeah.
It
make any
runs,
changes.
it runs on, what's the minimum, or is there still a minimum of,
We have a minimum of 4,
okay.
and that pays for the tour guide.
Ms. Melinda, remember we talked about promoting the EDC and the new campaign you're gonna throw, what we're gonna throw together to make the community aware of what we do, what we are, what we can help with. Of course, that make sure that that's one of the
Oh, I
parts
mean,
you
the,
target.
yeah, the purpose of this is facilitate online scheduling, make it easier when we go out to the Winter Texan Expo and promote the trolley tour. It's not dependent on anybody being at the office taking calls. It's 2025, it's not 1925. Let's start using these tools online that are available to us so that way we can efficiently work and carry on our other responsibilities and get a lot more done. Again, this will free up time from being at the desk, especially when it's winter Texan season. Ms. Yandere can tell us how crazy it gets with calls all hours of the day. Ms. Triva also, getting calls at all hours of the day. I myself getting social media questions, messaging, after hours, wanting to get a trolley tour, and it's kind of like, I'm so sorry, we don't do that over Facebook, but, give us a call the following day. So this will facilitate capturing all those opportunities that we lost, maybe because they weren't able to do it at 6 p.m. at night, but here's an online link. Go ahead and schedule. We have the schedule listed, the times listed, what's available, when it's not available, and they can take care of there and pay it online there.
You might even see an increase
Yes.
Maybe.
traffic,
Yeah.
just with that application.
Yeah.
So,
And I don't see losing, recommending that we put those fees, have our guests pay for those fees. I don't see us losing any customers.
Well, given that this item is specific to the account that is necessary to complete the online purchase process and provide security of our account, I think that's an important thing to do. I assume that these accounts will be, or this particular account will just be another additional account with our depository, and those funds will be brought into the EDC budget for use as we see necessary, correct?
Yep.
Okay. All right. With that being said, I will entertain a motion to approve and authorize finance to open a dedicated bank account for the Bessie 3 Trolley Tour Peak.com services.
I'll make a motion to approve item number 12 as presented.
I second.
We have a motion and a second. Any further discussion?
No.
All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Motion carries. Let's go ahead and put our director's report later on in the agenda so that we can move along with some of these action items, like the item number 14, which is discuss and develop incentive programs for developers and medium-sized businesses, number 14.
So on page 77, you have the Medium Business Growth Grant draft application. That one mirrors pretty much the Small Business Boost Grant. What I'm proposing is that because you're looking to help businesses making over $150,000 or $151 to $500,000, that the qualifications pretty much remain the same, the exception being workforce training and development. This would be for medium business growth grant to strengthen businesses that are beyond the startup phase, which is what the small business boost grant pretty much captures. And this would be a $5,000 one-time grant for qualifying businesses.
Okay, the point where workforce training and development, do we have to have that one, or what was?
It's what I'm recommending. I just kind of feel like these are bigger businesses, so maybe they, instead of just having a sole proprietorship in Schedule C, that they would actually submit a quarterly filing. 'Cause they have-
On that one, I don't think many of our businesses here get assistance from workforce. So I don't know if, I honestly think that one is extra there. I mean, it helps, of course, but there's some businesses that don't require anything from, any training from workforce.
Well,
Just to give you an example, maybe.
But we're not making it a condition
Yeah,
to apply. It seems, if I'm reading correctly, it's to help businesses with equipment, upgrades, technology, improvements, expansions, marketing, branding, workforce training, and development. All right?
Do you have,
yeah, so basically helping them.
Document, so that's why.
do you have like for your business, do you do anything with workforce?
No.
But you can apply those dollars to, you don't necessarily have to use workforce, but if you have a staff that you want to train and you want to get them all trained on Excel, for example, you can purchase the software to provide that, or you can go with a provider to come in and do that type of training. It could be on the labor side, maybe you are hiring somebody to come and do some form of training for safety at the work site. And so it could really, it's very broad enough, it's not specific to workforce solutions, if that's what I'm understanding you're referencing. I don't know what kind of trainings the city offers, but when you do, you hire, somebody to come and do a specific training, right?
Maybe it should be worded staff training and development instead of,
Yeah,
and workforce, I think we might have thought about workforce solutions.
Yes.
It's just staff, that's what you're talking
I mean,
about, right?
if you're wanting to use it to train your frontline staff how to use a certain software that you're implementing, that could be used. I'm not saying that
used it
everybody's
before?
gonna do that, but we're not gonna discourage you from using those monies for that purpose if that meets your need,
So on this one,
right?
this one is here to use them there, or we can use them before we get the approval? Like to use the money to use workforce, or?
When we do our small business grants, we offer those grants so that you can go out there and buy
Yes.
advertising, or buy a computer, or go redo your doors and windows to your office, to your front doors, right? We don't, in this case, it sounds to me like they can use those monies if they choose to. They can use it for those things, but if they want to use that money or some of that to buy software or train in software or train in a certain area that they need for their business, they can also do that.
But to make it a requirement to
It's
be
not-
involved with Texas workforce?
no, it's not a requirement.
Okay.
It's what they can spend the money on.
Okay.
This grant is designed to help business scale operations, improve competitiveness, and enhance their contribution to the local economy by funding critical needs such as equipment upgrades, facility improvements, marketing and branding campaigns, or in this case, we can remove the word workforce altogether
Yeah,
and
no, that's
just
fine.
training and
I'm
development,
just asking, yeah.
right?
Okay.
I mean, I don't
Yeah.
know, I'm
Yeah.
just saying.
Because on 78, it says that required documents.
That's the other change that I'm suggesting that, which there's an error on it, because I did not remove the last part, but the last sentence is that Schedule C would what was it, Grace?
Mario?
I don't know.
Yeah, that Schedule C would satisfy that requirement. So for the small business boost grant, we're waiving the Texas Workforce Commission quarterly filings, because for the most part, they're themselves are sole proprietor. But since these are larger businesses, that they have employees, so that way they do submit a quarterly filing from the Workforce Commission.
Not necessarily, right?
And at the end, it comes down to tweaking all the requirements. Is it going to be all of the following are required, or just as long as we have specific items? I do understand that possibly business between 150 to 500,000, most likely they're going to have employees.
Yeah.
But there could be, I don't know what type of business where
I mean,
Real estate.
a professional, exactly.
Professional, yeah.
Professional services, if you're a single engineer and you are doing, work and you just have yourself,
What about if you are outsourced?
that's
A lot
Yeah.
of business, I mean, there's a lot of businesses that operate that way.
There's a business where they take care of your entire staff.
Right, yeah,
They manage it for you.
yeah.
so it is a recommendation. So,
Mr. Barrera, I know that this was something that you and I had discussed, and it was something important that we wanted to do to add to the scope of businesses that we're supporting. Does this meet your vision? or what?
Definitely, yes. Yes, I wanted to help also bigger businesses. And right now, what I was thinking is 5,000, that was just me. That's why I asked,
It's a fair
leave
number.
the amounts aside. We can decide as a board, and how many are we willing to give out a year. My proposal was 5,000 4 times a year, that's 20,000. If you think that it's not much, you can have 2 more.
I think there's gonna be more, you gotta have more people, more businesses
Applying.
applying,
Okay. I mean, we can always amend, right? But are you okay with starting with 4? 1 every season?
Or every quarter,
Yes.
they're on a quarterly basis.
Yes.
On a quarterly basis, yeah.
And this is something I want to, comment I want to make on this. I know we've been incentivizing small businesses, and I know one of the requirements is sales tax, right? And then we had conversations within an executive session or in the open as far as what type of businesses are we allowed to help? Because as we mentioned, if we have an engineer, we have an attorney, most likely they're not going to have a sales tax.
A tree trimmer. We talked about that earlier, a person that trims trees.
Right. So they might have a sales tax permit. So are we going to exclude those from this grant?
I don't think so.
Then we need to remove the sales tax certificate requirement here.
so then that would be for also the other one.
Yes, yes,
Yeah.
yes, please.
So I think I also agree with the 5,000 to start off. I think we have to tweak some of these requirements, and that way it's going to be more clear as far as what type of businesses should qualify for this type of incentives.
Any professional services, in my opinion, any retail,
Because we're looking at job creation, so we might have an attorney that might have 4 people in staff or 5 people, 5 paralegals and so on.
remember, the EDC, in my opinion, is not only job creation, but retention. What if that company has been doing, servicing our community for many, many, many years, and they have never gotten anything? So also, retention, job creation, beautification, all the Asians.
Yeah, the only thing that with this, with this, we're excluding a lot of these service providers that they don't pay sales tax, and they're not required to have sales tax certificate.
There's many,
From the other one?
many within that, I mean, a lot of businesses, probably more than in the small business category,
Right.
so.
What do you think
Now,
about
it'll be on
that?
if we do it on a quarterly basis, it's first come, first served,
Yeah.
I would imagine.
Yes, it would still be the first come, first
So the
served.
first one that applies. That's
Well,
it.
not really. I don't think the first come, first served method will work here. They're gonna have a chance that you have the whole month to submit, or at least 6 weeks, and then we're gonna have another 4 weeks to review. We can go over them at a meeting, or if we can schedule some meetings with our interim director, and then we take the decision.
So
It's
in the,
based on, I mean, everything. What if you have this company that, yes, it's offering a lot of sales tax, and you compare with somebody that it's basically the money will go just for beautification. You know, you put it on the balance.
But I think we're basing this based on gross revenues, so I think we have to leave other things.
I think that will actually go into a category kind of like what was designed for the other businesses.
We have
to
that, I
kind
have
of,
that.
I don't know if it's there or.
Yeah, well, no, but I printed up a copy, which is why I think that the amount is,
Well, that'll eliminate
It's
the
fair.
need of us making a decision.
well,
Like you said, I mean, I get you, but then, okay, the person that doesn't make as much is also, entitled to this as well, as much as the person that makes a lot.
Yeah.
So how do we make it fair, to.
Well, it's gonna be like this one. Look,
Yeah.
we've been with the small boost grant program for 8 months, and look at us now. We're still debating removing stuff. So it's like a pilot program that we can start, and we'll see.
So
But
this is
at least we have the guidelines. There's already in place, right?
this is developing for another subgroup of businesses, which are your 150,001 to 500,000. And these are existing businesses, right? That maintain a physical location or not, because in the previous item, we removed that condition from it. So are we still going to keep that physical condition in this one?
For me, I will remove it as well. Just, you never
Okay, so
know.
then it's similar to what we already have on the boost, and then you have your regular employee minimum of 2 employees.
Yes.
Full-time or equivalent, so you've got to have, so that tree trimmer has to have someone else employed with him in order
Because I'm going
to-
to give you an example. Let's say,
Right.
when...
Contract or
Contract or?
Yeah, contract or, yes. Because let's say
That's-
you are a speech pathologist and you work from home. You don't have anybody doing your finances, your reports, your schedules, picking up calls. You run the whole show. That speech pathologist can start at 8 in the morning, can finish at 8 at night, doing home visits, working at a clinic here, there. That speech pathologist can be making $300,000 or $400,000 a year. So, are we not qualify her? Yes or no?
we'll see.
If you just have a clinic, So, in my opinion, we can remove that one. But still, then if we have 3-4 applications, it's up to the board, compare and see.
Well, I think we need to think it through more because this is a whole different category. It's not the same as a small business.
Right.
Or we can start one with, just only for retail.
I would say this might open
A can of worms.
Yes.
Yeah, and a lot of people maybe not satisfied, well, they hope this person, but they hope me. I mean, this is a broader range than what we're doing with a small business grant. That's just my suggestion.
Why don't we go ahead with the 5,000 pending review of the requirements and qualifications?
But it's a good idea, the 5,000 one, I mean, just gotta downpack it as best as possible.
And are we gonna keep it as gross receipts or gross profit? That's another thing.
Yeah. So it sounds to me like there's still information necessary
To develop.
And so, well, we all pretty much seem to take the position that it's a good idea to do something. We don't have all of the details.
I agree.
So I would have staff develop those details, maybe even, put a subcommittee together to refine them, just like we did with the business incentive application for new businesses, and then propose it to the board to consider. And it seems like you've gotten a long way already. It's just a few details that are important that we need to refine, and we can come back.
Because honestly, I don't see a big problem because we haven't seen it with the small boost grant. I don't see anybody say, oh, se lo dieron a mi tío.
Well, but there's more money to go around there than one grant every quarter. I'm just seeing it from my perspective. I don't know what you guys think. This is my opinion. I mean,
I like the idea of helping businesses because that's what we're here to do. We're here to, promote the recruitment and expansion, retention of business in our community. I think this does
No,
it.
it's a great idea.
But
Just,
we're missing
for example,
some
in the
details.
first quarter, we have, let's say, 6 applicants, and all 6 qualify. They meet all the criteria. Who do we choose? Right? That's what I'm trying to get at.
I think that's it should first come, first serve.
Right.
But we have to establish all of those processes before you move forward.
How do you
in operating
assess
that grant.
a business that is successful? Like, do you go like the profits? I mean, after all deductions, like net profit, and this business is more successful than this one because he made 150, he made 175.
Well, net profit should be the way to gauge the success of a business, right?
But is that what we're here for? We're not measuring success.
that's what
We're
I'm
measuring, I'd incentivize them maybe to
So that's what I'm
get
saying.
proper training for their employees, maybe.
This
buy-
company maybe employs 10 employees, and this one, but this one makes more. So which one's more successful? It's not just the profit. It's more to it. So at least we're discussing it. We have an idea. Let's come up with more criterias, qualifications.
There you go, the
And-
criteria. I
yes,
think
yeah.
that's when we need to work on it a little bit
Just
more,
check it.
yeah.
So it looks like the recommendation, the action recommended here is to authorize staff to develop a draft incentive program guideline for the medium-sized business to be presented for review and approval at a future meeting. So
Yes.
I think we have enough feedback to kind of put something
And we
together.
can start with 5,000
and come back.
or a year. Or maybe after the discussion, we say, you know what, 5,000, 8 a year. Double it.
So this, Marty, we have, since we have a program for medium-sized businesses and a program for developers, do we take that separately into a vote, or is it collectively? Because the other one is the same thing, creating a program with guidelines, and you're bringing it back later.
And if it comes back as one, we can adopt it at that time.
Okay. So to continue this conversation and not keep us here on this item any longer than we need to be, the other one is the developer incentive program, which encourages private investment, redevelopment, and this is a different application, right, Melinda?
I would describe it more of just streamlining a lot of the programs we already, and tools that we already use for incentives. So eligible projects would be the commercial and retail, industrial business parks, mixed use and redevelopment projects, tourism, cultural and hospitality projects, and public infrastructure partnerships. So the types of incentives that we have are performance-based grants or performance-based agreements. We have infrastructure assistance. We have tax incentives with collaboration with the city. Financing support, that's also another option. It's not something that we currently have as the EDC, but low interest or forgivable loans, and quality of life enhancements, which are park improvements and things of that nature. The requirements would be, again, on the input of the board, developers must commit to a minimum private capital investment amount of, whatever amount that we are going to propose. There's a job creation requirement, local hiring and contracting, and of course, compliance with city planning. Evaluation criteria, it's something we already have in the incentive program or the incentive application. That would be evaluating economic impact with new jobs and wages, fiscal impact, community benefit, feasibility, which would be the developer's track record, financial strength, and project timeline, and then private investment to public incentive requestment. Again, we have performance agreements. I think since we kind of want to target developers that we ask for benchmarks to clearly define their job creation and investment targets, and that we ask them to provide LOIs, letters of intent, for executed leases from prospective tenants as part of their performance benchmarks. So compliance timeline for tenant commitments would be initial LOIs. And again, these are suggestions based on information I researched. At least 50% of the projected leasable space within 6 months of incentive approval. Executed leases, at least 50% of the committed LOIs must be converted into executed leases within 12 months. Full lease target, developers must demonstrate a minimum of 75% occupancy within 24 months of project completion. And then ongoing reporting, developers must provide quarterly updates on tenant recruitment, signed leases, and occupancy status. There's also clawbacks. If the tenant occupancy benchmarks are not met within the defined timeline, the EDC may reduce, suspend, and reclaim incentive payments proportionately. The approval process would still remain the same to what we have currently. Developers must provide regular progress updates and financial documentation. The EDC staff will monitor compliance with performance agreements, and that annual program reviews will be conducted to measure outcomes and adjust program guidelines as needed.
Sounds to me like we're replicating what we currently have as an application for our business incentives when we have these larger projects come into town, right? And we evaluate and assess them and determine based on their size and investment what they qualify to receive. But this is dedicated solely to the developer, who is not your boxer coming in, but the person that is, putting the land together for that type of business. I think it's a great idea. I would like for legal to get in on the details, because as legal works with us on some of these agreements, that we're not missing anything there that we should be having as far as, those benchmarks that you outlined earlier. But again, these are what we're approving, or what we're recommending tonight, seems to me, is your development of a draft program in these two categories that will be presented to us for review and approval at another meeting. So we're essentially giving her the green light to go ahead and run with it, put something together, bring it back to us polished, obviously having legal look at that.
Yes. And
then
any input from...
And any input from the board on the details that are necessary. We've heard a lot of that earlier. Is there anything I'm missing?
Yes, a couple of things. Not missing, I'm just gonna add. Yes, there's this program going on. I've heard it in the past, and I know for a fact we have some investors right now trying to be incorporated into the city for their lift stations. But my question is, besides them, which other investor do we have that wants to be incorporated into our city right now? We don't have any, right? Okay, and that's the whole point of doing this. Now, I'm going to refer now to the next question now. How many potential businesses do we have for the small boost grant? Because we have several, right? Because there's a program that we as a board established, and now we'll be promoting, and it took us all these years for at least to have 2 or 3 at every meeting, right? So that's the whole point of the EDC, and that I've been stressing a lot to everybody to start doing that, to start promoting our EDC the way it's supposed to be promoted. In my opinion, the EDC needs to be known for 4 main things, and we're doing it. We are on our way to accomplish them in the near future. The next 3 months, I'm pretty sure we're gonna have everything on place. I want the whole valley, the whole city, the whole county to know that the EDC of Rio Grande is here for 4 things. And number 1 is exactly what we have going on, the boost grants for the small businesses. And we've been giving, like today, 3. Last month we gave 1, so that's 1. We just talked about the new characteristics and requirements for the one that is going to be a medium business. So we want to be known for that. We help the existing businesses through boost grants, $2,500 for the small and $5,000 for the medium. Then I want to be known for incentives to attract businesses into our ideal city, the way I've been selling it for the whole year. I've been bringing prospects and prospects over and over and over, and that's the way I said it. We are the ideal city. We just have to have it in place at a glance for people to go, okay, EDC Rio Grande, wow, interesting. All these guys who help this. They have their main core is 4 things. And again, helping the small, the medium, now incentivizing businesses to come. And the last one, exactly what we're discussing. I want an ongoing program, the one that we just established for the boost grants, but also to developers. How many meetings have we had with developers? 0. I mean, Ms. Linda, that she's one, and she spreads the word, but it's not the same to have workshops where we invite developers at least twice a year and say, hey, look, this is what we have going on. We have money. We're just returning money back to the fund balance. It's a financial crime based on what we represent here, because it's an economic development, and our job as a board member is to incentivize those business or developers. So I want to have a very smooth one, like, hey, you know what? We have these amounts, 150, 100,000, 200, depending on what we're getting back. Or if in 10 years we're going to get our money back when they finish the development. Or we're going to get back 2-3 acres on their developed land. We can help with 150 to the infrastructure or to the lift stations or whatever they need it for. But I wanted to have it like in place, those 4 things. And then the rest will follow in place. And that's what I think that we are getting to right now. We are just one step away, and this is the one that talks about developers. So,
and developing these programs is going to allow us to project and to promote the city.
Yes.
Without these programs, you cannot promote the city. We can't promote it.
Yeah, no,
What are you going to use to promote it?
I don't know, man. I don't know.
And so
they can help you go over there.
Yeah, but we don't even. Yeah, and this allows us the structure.
Yes. Anywhere you go, are you a business? You want to go to Rio? Look, we can help you with this. Now we just finished the first one is done. Now we're working on the medium businesses, and we already have something that you guys developed to incentivize new businesses. Again, La Ganadera, we just approved La Ganadera, 65,000. They're going to have 8 employees. They're investing $250,000, a new service to our community. Done deal. On 1 month, we finished it. And now we got another one from La Costa Grill. He's very interesting. Not only in bringing his business, but also his associates. And also, he wants to develop now. You see, because now we have something in place, and we're not going to be lost whenever we meet somebody. And then we have another one tomorrow. We have another prospect from a prospect. Now he brought us another one. Not the same, but now the guy that was recommended by La Ganadera told us of another one that wants to come. So we have a meeting tomorrow. Correct.
Well, the good news runs pretty quick, you know, so.
Yes,
as long as-
yes, now they, I mean.
And a good positive experience.
Exactly.
Yes, and they're like, ahora en español, ¿verdad? Ellos dicen, oye, ahí en Rio Grande están aventando la casa por la ventana, ¿quieren business? Se quedan asustados y yo como que no les ayudan allá, okay. And then, and of course, we add more details to what we can do for them. I'm a builder, he's a builder. Mr. Milano was the planning director for many years. We need to make sure that they know that they will not have obstacles when they come and invest here. We're going to help them. The planning director is there to help, not to put obstacles. I mean, yeah, we can help out, but rules are rules, but we need to help them. Because we don't want to be known that, no, they take forever in Rio. No, never. So those are little things that we're accomplishing. And then we're going to have a guide, because we're not going to be here forever. I mean, hopefully we're going to all be here the next 4 years. After that, we don't know. So we have 3 more years or less to leave a manual book of how an EDC, successful EDC, should be running. Of course, they can add more, but I don't think that, nobody in their right mind is going to be like, oh no, remove this one. No, because we're leaving 4 main
It will be regressive.
Yes, categories that will help forever and ever. If they just keep doing it, that's it. The EDC will run smoothly by itself.
What we're doing, we're setting the system.
Yes, sir.
Right, and then from the systems, now we have goals to reach.
Yes.
And the systems are very important because they become very efficient. As we've seen these other programs that have been developed, how easy it is, to help out people, how streamlined it is.
Right.
So I'm a strong believer in systems and a strong believer in goals, but without systems, you can't have any goals.
Never.
All right, so
with
first
these
is the
4,
systems, yeah.
with these 4 categories, now it's our job to promote it. Let's make a big deal. Let's throw a mixer. Let's throw an event. Let's invite developers from the valley. If you go on Bryan Road, Sherry Road, anywhere you go, it's a new development coming up. And it's more expensive over there. We have the population, more jobs are coming up with DHR. We need to take advantage, but we need to promote that. And in order to promote, it's constant promotion. And you've seen it in your business, you've seen it in the bank. You have to be everywhere in order for people to know that, hey, there's a new bank. They can help you with these. They have the one-time closing, whatever. That catches the attention of anybody that is willing to start who's in the construction business. So things like that should be promoted here. So I insist. I want to see Ms. Gomez a presence online about single topics of the EDC and be constant over and over and over everywhere. And let's go. Let's invite people. Let's have something every quarter as well. So something twice, 2 mixers a year. Last month we went to one. You were there, and who else? Mr. Milan was there. 3 of us.
There's no doubt that we
Yes,
promote our community, and Melinda is no stranger to those activities. As you know, she did a lot of that planning for us at the EDC. And so I think what I'm hearing here is that we want to do something. We have some guides here that need to be tweaked and brought back to us, but there's no doubt that we want to support our business community of all sizes, and those that are creating the foundation for businesses to come in, which are our developers, right? They identify those sites and they make them nice and pretty for our businesses to come and locate. So I at this point, I think I'm ready to entertain a motion to authorize our staff to develop this draft incentive program guidelines for developers and to be presented. Take it as one? Okay. I was breaking it up. To develop this draft incentive program guidelines for developers and medium-sized businesses to be presented for review and approval at a future EDC board meeting.
I second that. Well, I approve your.
I'll go ahead and make the motion, and you go ahead and second. Very well. We have a motion and a second. All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Motion carries. Very well. The next action item on the agenda is discussion and possible action to approve travel for EDC training.
Yes, the Texas Economic Development Council has their annual conference. They'll be having it this year in San Antonio, October 29th through the 31st. So this is an opportunity for training, networking, and best practices, sharing on strategies to promote growth, attract investment, and strengthen local economies. This is a statewide gathering for economic development professionals in Texas.
All right, so Melinda, you're signed up for training.
I move to approve item 15 as presented.
We have a motion, do we have a second? We have a second, all those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Against? Ayes have it. I will now ask for a motion to take item 16 into executive session. Do I have a motion?
I'll make the motion.
We have a motion and a second.
No second.
Very well. We go ahead and, all those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Ayes have it. We will now go ahead and go into executive session, Chapter 551 of the Texas Government Code for consultation with attorney, deliberations regarding misspelling there. Regarding economic development, Section 55102 for real estate, Section 5501 for personnel matters, items A, B, and C, and D. We've got consultation with attorney regarding legal matters and deliberation for economic development negotiations and information received from Business Prospect 2025-1. Consultation with attorney regarding legal matters and deliberation of economic development negotiations and information received from Prospect 2023-5. And then consultation with attorney regarding the possible lease, sale, purchase of property, and consultation with attorney regarding personal matters. It is now 7:12 p.m. and we will go into executive session. You ready? Okay, we're back from executive session, and it is 8:37 PM. Item 16, discussion and possible action to appoint an EDC executive director. Do we have anyone making a motion?
I'll make a motion to move to proceed as discussed in executive section, subject to legal.
And name the person. Name the director.
Appoint.
The
Move to
executive
appoint Ms. Melinda Gomez as
As
EDC Executive Director. Subject to legal review.
Review, yes.
I second.
We have a motion and a second. Any further discussion? All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Ayes have it, motion carries. Congratulations.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
Want to say a few words?
No, right? You don't want to say anything?
I'm still finding my verbal jaws here. Like I can't, not that I can't. I'm not usually one to be in front or of an audience or to be speaking. I was always behind the scenes. So now that I find myself in the front,
Now you're the main
sometimes I'm
character.
short on words. But I know once I get more practice, I'll get better at it.
Now you're the main character of this program, and we know you're gonna do great. You have everything what it needs to be a great leader, to be a great member of a already established group. You're gonna be a team player, and you have the experience, the knowledge, the patience, and you have pretty much what it's needed. So we all saw that, and that's why you're getting this opportunity, this chance, and just shine like you know. And I wish you the best. I
Thank
know
you.
we're gonna work
Thank you.
great together.
And thank you for the opportunity, and I look forward to working with y'all to move this city that has become my home, because I'm not from here. But yeah, move it forward, and bigger and
And we're
better.
here to support you.
Yes.
More importantly, you have our
Anything you
support.
need. Anything you need, we're here to support you.
Well, as the words start to come in future meetings, be sure to share it with us. I know that you're a little short on words today, but congratulations, Melinda. It's a well-deserved role for you to play. So with that being said, we do have a few items under 18, and that is 18A, discussion and possible action regarding legal matters and deliberation, negotiations, and information received from Business Prospect 2025-1. Do we have a motion?
I'll make a motion to move to proceed as discussed in executive session,
Subject to legal?
subject to legal.
Very well, we have a motion. Do we have a second?
I second.
All right, any further discussion? All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Ayes have it, motion carries. Item B, discussion and possible action regarding legal matters and deliberation of economic development negotiations and information received from Business Prospect 2023-5. Do we have a motion?
I'll make a motion to move proceed as discussed in executive session, subject to legal.
We have a motion. Do we have a second?
I'll second.
We have a motion and a second. Any further discussion? All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
I'll abstain. I just went on for the record to show that I abstained from any discussions, and therefore I'm abstaining on voting this particular item.
Thank you very much, Mario. Make that notation on the record that Mario has abstained from deliberation and vote on this item. I vote aye. Motion carries. Discussion and possible action regarding the possible lease and sale or purchase of real property. There is no action on that item. And discussion and possible action regarding personal matters. There is no action on that item. Last item on the agenda is adjournment, and I will entertain a motion to adjourn.
We didn't do,
Oh, we do have the report. I'm sorry. Before that, let me correct myself. We do have a short executive interim directors will now EDC director report. Melinda.
okay, in your packet you have a report. I'll make it brief. We are in talks with the Starr County Industrial Foundation regarding property from the Starr County Historical Foundation for the International Drive project. So legal is working on an agreement for them to give a deed of gift to the EDC, so that way we can move forward on that. There was a pre-bid meeting for the downtown rehabilitation improvements 2 days ago. I attended that. Of course, we already just discussed the small business development grants. The 3 businesses, Nails by Tina, E3 Towing Services, and B&B Auto Sales were just recently awarded. We spoke about the developing the medium business growth grant and the developer incentive program. We are currently assisting the city in advancing the Texas Film Friendly Program Ordinance. So its second reading is scheduled for the next regular city commission meeting. And then once approved, this designation will boost tourism, economic activity, and visibility through film and media projects. We had attended the Hispanic Chamber, the RGV Hispanic Chamber had a Manic Monday at Casa de Adobe, so Mr. Reina and I attended. And we have upcoming events. We are working with the Disability Chamber of Commerce, RGV, with an upcoming job fair on September 25th at STC, and it's the RGV Hires, helping individuals reach exponential success. So it's an all-inclusive job fair, networking event for people with and without disabilities. So if you need sign language, if you need large print, if you need any assistant with anything, they're there to help you. There is an upcoming Veterans Resource Fair, also at STC. The employment rate for Starr County is 10%, and it is 3% up from last month. I've collaborated with Valeria, our RGC Public Relations specialist, to produce a testimonial video reel showcasing Rio Grande City's business-friendly environment through the EDC. Developed and distributed social media content, sent an email blast highlighting the SBDC webinars and workshops, and we are currently getting ready for the upcoming winter Texan season, so we have some brochures ordered. In addition to that, we just filmed yesterday with the Disability Chamber, members of the Disability Chamber, to promote the job fair. So expect to see that in the next couple of days. Main Street, they held their kiosco, the downtown market at the Grito en el Kiosco event, and you had 49 vendors?
We actually had 51.
51. So,
We had 54 that had signed up, but 3 of them did not show up.
okay, so 51 vendors. Ms. Yandidi is currently working on the annual pumpkin patch photo op installation. She will be heading volunteers for the Paint Your Business tomorrow morning at Taco Hunt. And then there are 3 tours for the Sip and See, Dos Rios Winery Tour for September 19th, September 26th, and October 10th. And that's what I have.
It was supposed to be short, Melinda.
I did, I went fast.
And we have that EDC workshop next Friday
Yes.
the
In Edinburgh.
conference center in
No.
Edinburgh, right?
McAllen? Edinburgh. Edinburgh.
Yeah,
All of y'all are signed up.
thank you, Reba, for getting us all situated. All right, now I can say, huh? Now I'm safe to go into item 19, which is adjournment, yes?
Yes.
Okay, so do we have a motion to adjourn?
I move to adjourn.
We have a motion, a second?
I'll second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
All right, this meeting is adjourned. It is 8:46 PM, guys.
Thank you.
Thank you very much. Congratulations, Melinda.
Thank you.